Take a look at what this lioness is actually doing. She is lying down, but it's certainly not because she tripped. It is not out of laziness either. She is doing this very intentionally, transforming herself into a solid rock, but one that is armed with sharp, deadly teeth, pressing her full weight down firmly onto the zebra's throat. The zebra is somehow still standing there, but its neck has already been cruelly bent under the pressure, just like a wooden bow that is about to snap in half. You might think the zebra is desperately trying to charge forward. But you are wrong, it is actually trying to pull backward. Because straight ahead lies the lioness's massive, dangerous body. Only by moving backward can it find open space and true freedom. However, there is a hidden trap here that you would never even imagine. The lion's fangs are curved sharply inward, toward her own throat, functioning exactly like a cruel, jagged fishhook every single time the zebra tries to pull itself back. It is essentially forcing those sharp teeth to dig deeper into its own throat by an extra centimeter. The more it struggles, the tighter the grip becomes. And that is the exact reason why the lioness can calmly lie there and keep her eyes closed. She is not in a rush. She knows the zebra is using its own remaining strength to effectively complete this grim murder. Notice now how the zebra's front legs are starting to tremble. It is collapsing halfway to the ground, like a robot that has completely run out of power. Yet it still refuses to let its hind legs buckle down. But why does it persist? Because its windpipe is being crushed, bit by agonizing bit. Every single breath now requires its absolute, final effort. Its chest feels as heavy as if a mountain were crushing it. Look closely at how its mouth keeps opening and closing. That is not a roar of defiance. It is the desperate, gasping air before total suffocation. The lioness's fangs are simultaneously pinching off the carotid artery. Oxygen-rich blood can no longer reach the brain. It is just like a water hose being stepped on. The first thing to suffer is the poor animal's vision. The retina is a very hungry consumer of oxygen. Deprived of oxygen, it begins to fail within seconds. That is why the zebra's gaze shifts from panic to hollow emptiness. It is not that the fear is gone, it is that it can no longer see its attacker. Yet, it is still desperately pulling back. This is no longer a matter of mere bravery, it is the primal survival program taking full control. Even if the physical hardware is already failing, it will still try to force itself to survive. And now you can see its hind legs starting to shake violently. Like someone standing in the winter without any pants. This is the brain shutting down all secondary, non-essential functions, saving every last bit of oxygen for the heart and lungs. The muscles begin to rebel, no longer obeying the nervous system's commands. It desperately wants to stand tall, but its body has already made the final decision for it. Finally, it crashed down to the ground with a thud. It wasn't physically pushed down by the lion, it simply shut its own power off. Watch how its legs keep kicking with such frantic energy. Like the pedals of a broken, runaway bicycle, refusing to come to a stop. That is not a sign of struggle. Those are just the muscles, performing their final, involuntary twitch before death. In biology, this is known as a terminal discharge. Just like a fan unplugged from the power source, still spinning around a few more times. And what about that lioness, you ask? From the very beginning to the end. She hasn't changed her grip a single time. She hasn't let up her strength for even a second. She doesn't even bother to look up. She knows that until the prey has truly stopped moving, any form of celebration is entirely premature. Now the wind has finally died down. The grass has also stopped swaying around. This zebra lost the fight while still standing tall. But it is more heartbreaking than those that die kneeling. Nature never bothers to write any sentimental scripts. She only writes one cold, hard law. You either bite down hard, or you will inevitably starve to death. And in this brutal 2-minute tug-of-war, what truly killed this noble zebra was not the lion's sharp teeth at all. It was each of its own desperate steps backward.